Hi, it's me, Bam, and welcome to the Devstream 118 recap. There is actually a lot to cover here, but first things first, we will go ahead and cover what's on screen. There's not a lot of assets for me to show you, so let's get through the assets real quick. Atlas Deluxe Skin concept is what you're looking at right now. The concept for Atlas Deluxe Skin, apparently his Rumbler will have its own sort of thing, which is pretty cool, honestly. It's just like Octavia's Rollerball got her own thing. So that's pretty cool. Speaking of the frames, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. Next, they mentioned what her new passive is going to be, which is going to be an aim debuff. Her passive originally had the chance to, disarm enemies. Basically, a lot of people compared it to Loki's ability. So, yeah, it's changing now. Apparently, it's going to be an straight up aim debuff, which people seem to have mixed feelings about because of the fact that. Sorry, I had to get my phone real quick. Because of the fact that with enemies, they don't really aim all that well to begin with. So giving them a debuff really, A, might not be that useful to you, and B, it just, maybe it's being cruel to their enemies. They already have a hard enough time aiming. But anyway, and her two psychic bolts apparently is being changed to another debuff type ability, which I'm not sure how I feel about because of the fact that the enemies don't really, stay on the field long enough for it to matter. But that's always going to be an ongoing issue with the whole doing stuff to the enemy specifically. Do they stay alive long enough for it to matter? We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it works. Titania is apparently getting changes as well. Her Razor Wing drawing stuff in, her lantern, you're going to be able to get multiple targets. Her buffs, you're going to be able to possibly get max from right away. Oh, and fun fact, this really isn't anything per se new, but they did show a chart, and Helios is the top used companion of all. The first top 4 slots go to Sentinels. The Smita Kavat is the 5th top use. Now, this is taken off of PC stats, so from what I can figure. I mean, they didn't confirm if it's console as well, but most of those stats for comparison are taking, in fact, off of PC. So definitely keep that in mind. Let's see. I'm not going in any particular order, but let's go with Garuda's passive. They showed off Garuda, and she looks so much blood. So much blood. Okay, well, anyway. Okay, so her passive is lower health equals more damage. Now, see, her 2 apparently, no. Her 3 halves her own health to give her a damage boost and give her energy. But see, I'm curious to know that if only her 3 can give her more damage, or enemies attack, or the lower health she has, the more damage she takes. The more damage she takes, the more damage she does, like Chroma in a way, or I'm not really sure. It really wasn't you know, much said. Now, her second ability, she steals blood from the enemies. Yeah, she steals blood to increase her health from the enemies. The funny thing is, she steals blood like an actual vampire. Okay, and her first ability, she kills the enemy to get unlimited shield. That's what it looked like. Unlimited shield. I think Rebecca mentioned the duration based. Now it's interesting that it would be shield duration based because of the simple fact that since it's not invincibility in the shield, that means she's still weak to slash or toxin damage. Which brings us to her 4, her alternate. I would like to call it like a Blade Vortex blood blender type thing. It's so all of her abilities put blood on her, even if just for a moment. She's a very, very gory frame. So gory. Her alone would make a M rating. I feel like if they made a side its own game with just her in it, she would get an M rating just by existing. That's how much gore. That is how much gore. And that is her. Kubros and Kavats are finally getting a version of Vacuum. I don't know if it will work exactly like Vacuum or if it will work more like the preset that one of the Kubros already have a preset that's similar to Vacuum. That poor Kubro. Okay, anyway. But yeah, so that's happening. I also, it's in my notes, I just forgot to mention it, that the new frame, it has a crossbow and maybe a Sayandana with it. I wasn't sure if that Sayandana was coming at a later date, because they had a Sayandana equipped. I'm just not sure if it was new per se or not. Okay, operator hairstyle, apparently. New hairstyle, they are aiming for December for the new hairstyles. Operator gear with Fortuna, new operator outfits and stuff. And speaking of the operator, I actually have something here, asset-wise. If you look down, you should see it says Naru. There's an operator slot right below. So they're trying to make it so you will be able to change what score you want from the arsenal. You won't have to go all the way to the back room to change. I'll be honest, I love the change because of the fact that I've been wanting to play around with the other scores, but it's like, it's gonna take forever. I gotta walk all the way back, and then I gotta remember which of the circles I click on to do the thing, and then Also, like I modded the way I want it as well, so it's gonna take forever. Whereas this just, I don't know, it just makes it easier in my eyes. I guess it depends how they're gonna implement it exactly, but that seemed to be what they aim to do. They did show that Warframe is working on the Switch. The reason I went to that right afterwards is because of the fact that they only showed on the Arsenal how it's working on the Switch. So, not really entirely sure how I feel about that. But let's talk MOAs, I guess. Okay, so they showed off quite a bit of MOAs. I don't have any assets for MOAs, so I'm going to keep this asset up. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much. But for the MOAs, first of all, the head determines the presets. Yeah, it will change presets per head you have on. See, it says head, but I'm thinking it means like little like hats or whatever, which you can apparently buy. So I mean that would be interesting, changing its presets on the fly. I mean you'll be like Bob the Builder but with modes. Okay, anyway, moving on. Apparently that one of the presets we know of already is a gravity altering power, draws enemies closer to you or, stuff like that. Holds enemies down while you punch them, things like that. Which we don't know if the gravity thing seemed kind of cool. Holding down one enemy at a time seems less cool, but we'll see. Apparently, they also have animation chips. Yeah, that's right. Animation chips instead of just the little animation agile stances. They have chips instead, and apparently the chips will provide different sounds and animations and like different moods that they're in and stuff. And apparently, they will also do like potentially different combat reactions based on what chip they have. And I think that's brilliant, honestly. Okay, and oh, he ducks with you. So, like, Rebecca on stream crouched, and guess what? He crouched with. So, that's a thing. For better or worse, that is a thing. Now I just imagine people teabagging with both the okay, moving on. Sentinel weapons. Apparently that's what you put on the MOA because Sheldon actually mentioned a little bit about it. He said Sentinel weapon. So, Sentinel weapon. And it seemed to do impact damage. I say that because of the fact that they said, oh, the enemy has impact damage. That must have been the Moa. Now, I don't know if all of his presets or her presets, the presets, do impact damage, but that one they currently had on seemed to do impact damage. Now, the MOA's supposed to be released with Fortuna. Speaking of, we did get a kind of release date, which is hopefully the first week of November. So it's more like a release time frame, but release date. We're gonna go with release date. It's basically a release date. Like I said, it's more of a release window, but release date. First they said the November 1st, which people got super excited about. Then they real quickly changed it to first week of November on PC. This is on PC, by the way. So, hopefully that's a thing. Hopefully that's cool. Hopefully that's awesome. There's going to be new amps with Fortuna. There's going to be a new spear for Fortuna for fishing. It's going to be an EMP spear. You gotta time it just right and all that. So that's going to be cool. Let's see. And then in addition to that, well, we already know that Melee 3.0 is still being worked on. There are no need to share though. Mining changes are coming, not just for Fortuna, but mining in general. It's going to be more skill-based and more point and shoot versus having to go around the whole rock, which is pretty cool. Fortuna is going to have some kill bounties. I'm just reading off stuff that I may have missed here. And I honestly think that just about covers everything. Fortuna release day, mining is on Fortuna as well. Now I'm not sure if the new rocks and stuff or if it's the same. So we'll have to definitely see about that. Kabats and Kubas get vacuumed, so that's pretty cool. The new frame, Garuda, all about the blood. Okay, and yeah, that seems to be everything. Oh yeah, the giant spiders will have 2 phases. The giant spiders on Fortuna that you guys kill, they will apparently have 2 phases. You kill them once, they're like, haha, I'm not dead, you fool. And then they, will try to attack you again. Then you just apparently shoot them again, kill them. It's like shoot them once, wait for them while they're invincible, then they reform or whatever they do, then just shoot them again, and they're dead. Kind of like a mid-regeneration type thing. Don't worry about. And they confirmed new amps with Fortuna, and that's everything actually. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this Devstream 118 recap. Now I don't know when the next Devstream recap will be because we don't know when the next Devstream is. They said that chances are this will be the last Devstream before the release of Fortuna. And with that said, I will catch you guys in a future video. Later.